Welcome to another episode of Streetpreneur Podcast, where we go to the streets to find the most creative and innovative entrepreneurs and small business owners. And today I would like to introduce my special guest. I call him the Pallet King. He's been doing it for over 3 years. And the thing about his business is that he's going to show you today how to generate money from the pallet business, as well as how to flip pallets and also make money. So the liquidation business in 2008, it generated $309 billion in sales. And today, as of 2022, that the liquidation business has generated $644 billion in business. And I want to welcome my special guest today, Mr. Derrick Pickett, to the show.
Well, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you inviting me out.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You've been all over social media, and I'm seeing you in all different places as networking and definitely pushing your brand. Just tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from.
My name is Derrick Pickett, man. I'm from Hawkinsville, Georgia. I'm sorry, place where dreams come true. I got a degree at Fort Valley in agricultural economics. Multi-serial business entrepreneur, man. I've done all types of businesses throughout my life. So starting back in high school, I was the candy man. So, I've been
candy
money
man
for a long time, yeah.
Okay. What was the first business that you started? Your first entrepreneur venture that you kind of ventured into?
I think the first business I started when I was young, I was staying in Texas. I think I was selling some lemonade on the side of the road, man. Just some old sugar and some Kool-Aid and lemonade and selling for $1 a cup, man, and you got a cute face, saying they like you, then they're going to, a $1 drink will turn into $5. They donate because they feel like you got that hustling.
Right, that's true. That's true. We all started out hustling at some point.
Yeah.
And the pallet flipping business, is that something that you were always interested in, or who turned you on to that particular business?
It kind of fell in my lap. At one point in my life, I started, I was reinventing myself, and I started couponing, and I was actually like taking items, and I was going in and buying items for, pennies on the dollar, turning around, selling them. Okay. And I was selling them so fast since I was a serial entrepreneur, I had to go and get a little smarter. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, and I went and started finding all the people who were couponing in my area. Even sometime I would go all the way down to Orlando and Jacksonville. I would drive down there and I would go buy those people out. And that's how I kind of like started into the flipping items.
Okay. So you started off with one pallet, or did you start off with, I know you started with individual items that you were purchasing. Yeah. And then what was that process like, and where did you go to buy your first pallet?
Really, like it started out kind of crazy. So like I actually started out with just like selling items one by one. I was getting laundry detergent, dish detergent. Okay. And then my money had accumulated. And then during the pandemic, I ran across some guys who had some warehouses, and I just started with a truckload. I bought a truckload of tissue and paper towel. And then from that point, like my eyes blew wide open and the game changed. Okay. I mean, one day you making $15,000, $20,000 just off, tissue was the hottest thing out there. Yeah, and I had direct plug on it, and it was over.
I know you made a lot, man.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't find it in retail stores anywhere.
Yep, and I was the man. Rarely can you find an item that you can sell and get more than the store selling it for, because people thought they were running out. I had the opportunity that if the tissue was $20 in the store, I was selling for $25, sometimes $30. You know what I'm saying? And then people they buy it up like it was grocery, like it was going out of style.
Right. You cheaper than Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah,
the sales you outselling.
Yeah. They didn't have none.
Okay. And when did you decide to take it serious? As a business, I'm gonna go ahead and get me a warehouse, and I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing legally.
After I started selling that a little bit, then the pandemic hit. I started off with one, like I just went and got a storage because I outgrew my back of my trunk in my garage. Right. So I had a 10 by 40 storage. Oh, okay. And then I turned around after a while, within 2 or 3 months, I had 5 of them. So I was paying like $2,600 a month for just storage units. But I was flipping so much stuff coming in and out. Then within like 6 months of that, I went and got a warehouse.
Get your warehouse.
And then, I got a partial warehouse with another guy, and he was filming movies, and I was in there moving so much stuff. I was moving more stuff than he was making movies. And eventually, like after that, I just went on and got me my own warehouse, like 5,000 square feet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And what would you say is your startup cost?
Startup cost, man, I started out with a little bit of nothing when I started because really you were just going to get the Sunday paper and you were clipping coupons. Right. And then, you could take something say if Publix had something, buy one, get one free, you got $1 off. I mean, a lot of times some folks would give you money back. I mean, I went to coupon classes. I was learning. I was going online. Met a couple of people who were extreme couponists, but I never thought I'd surpass them in that way.
Right. So, okay, we're gonna go back. So you have the warehouse space. You have your business license. Everything is legit as far as registering the business, things of that nature. And walk us through the process of getting like your first truckload of pallets in, as far as inviting customers to come in and make purchases. When did that transition take place?
After I got out of my storage units, it was a hustle for a minute. Then I've always been LLC'd, incorporated for years. Right. So it was always up under, I had my tax ID number. So I would go to like local places and buy stuff. But once I got my business up and going and everything was set up, then, as far as going in and making sure everything was secure, it probably took me about a good month and a half, but the process overall was, it was not that hard. But I had to go and set up racks and put everything up.
Put everything,
the
floor plan together.
Yeah, when the floor plan, because at one point, like I had like my niece goes out. I had like 4 or 5 people go out every day, and we hit the streets.
Oh, okay.
And then from that point, after I did that, I was doing that for like 6 months, and then I went to a show one time, and I was looking around, and I was like, man, I said, my price are cheaper than theirs. And I asked the guys, I said, man, can I sell you some? And there was some big boys. They had 1 million square foot warehouses, and within 1 week, I went in there and like 2 clients spent $50,000 a week.
Oh yeah.
Each.
Right.
And at that point, it was over. I didn't go back in the streets no more, bro. Right. I was strictly wholesale. I went from Walmart to being Sam's. It was over.
Right. I got you. From streetpreneur to entrepreneur.
Yeah, it was over, man.
Okay. What are some of the best-selling items that people request? Your customers request when they come into the warehouse. What product are they mostly looking for?
The most popular is like tissue. Demand. I started out with tissue, paper towel, and laundry detergent. Okay. Those things by far are always the essential.
The top seller.
Yeah, you got to have those. Bleach, hand soap. Back then, at one point, I had like when Lysol was real big. I had a young lady. She would get up every morning. Her kids worked at Walmart, and she would go get all the Lysol. And like I would basically, if it was $3 from her, I buy it from $5, and I sell Lysol cans for $10. So I would have like thousands of cans of Lysol. I was going around selling Lysol. So I was flipping. It was all about supply and demand. But it depends on what season it is and what you got going on. But the household items by far, that's what I really try to stick to. I try to stick to things I know that people, you can't think about. Okay. You got to get it.
You got to have it.
Yeah, got to have it. Yeah.
Okay, let's break down the cost. So what is I come into your warehouse, I want to purchase, like you just said, the detergent. And I want to purchase the entire pallet. What is that going to cost me per pallet?
The per pallet price is really based on what item it is. So say like at one point I might have had some yellow Tide, and the Tide, it might be 60 cases on there, and we'll break it down. If I'm wholesaling it, I give it to you at like $5 each. But if I'm retailing it, people come in by individuals, they'll be like $8 to $9 each. So if a person comes in and they buy a pallet from me, they can almost double their money. And I mean, it depends on how much
the volume that they...
How much volume, like, and I always break it down to tell people, they say, how much can you make in the game? I said, it's like, my friend told me one time, he said, when you're selling, you can either make a fast dime or a slow quarter. So a lot of times people want to make a lot of dimes, and they end up passing those quarters because some people sit on and their price will always be the same, and they'll never negotiate, and they're gonna make their profit. But by the time they sold 1 pallet, I'll be done sold 4 pallets.
I got you.
Yeah.
So who would you say your customers are? Because I know you have some other people who are wholesalers themselves that come to you and purchase in volume. And then, like you said, you might have that one lady who just want to come in and get a couple of cases.
Yeah, at this level I'm at.
It kind of varies. Or you the main wholesaler. Yeah.
It just varies. Like I got some guys that come to the flea market. Like I sell a lot of cat food, dog food.
Right.
They'll come in and one day when I get a load of cat food, dog food, they'll spend $4,000-$5,000.
Oh, okay.
But then you might have a lady who just, we might advertise on Facebook or something, and she'll come in and she might spend a couple $100 on cat food or dog food. Okay. So it just depends on. But I like to deal with like the higher level clients, people who are gonna buy volume.
Right.
So that's why it's called pallet flipping. So I can, I like to get the bang for the buck. Because when I go in my warehouse, a lot of times it's by appointment only. Like when you tell me you want to come in, but I don't sit around all day. I'm always out prospecting, looking for better deals.
Right. And how often do you have shipments coming in?
Usually
weekly or daily sometimes. It just depends on the product.
Yeah, it depends.
Right.
I always try to find good deals. So sometimes it might be 3-4 times a week.
Right.
Sometimes it might be 1 time a week. It depends on what it is. Some items move more than others.
Right.
But on average, 2-3 times a week.
Okay. And what would you say are some of the biggest mistakes that you made or challenges that you had to overcome starting off? It might be, I spent too much money in this particular area than I didn't have to, or what, tell us about just a couple of challenges that you had to face.
Yeah, some of the biggest challenges would be like sometimes trusting people too much. Sometimes somebody will come in and they might spend a few grand with you, and then they'll turn around and they'll be like, all right, man, I'll bring it back tomorrow. And you know what? Tomorrow never comes.
Never comes.
Yeah. So right. And I've had some points where I had a guy I thought was a friend of mine. We had did some business and we did credit, and I mean he really ran off with a whole truckload on me. You know what I'm saying? Even said that he got robbed. So had to go. I had to call the police for him. He didn't even want to call the police. So yeah, that's one of the biggest mistakes. Another would be like sometimes getting the wrong item. Sometimes you can order. Yeah, it might move a little slow. Like so, say like when the COVID slowed down, a lot of people didn't buy as much sanitizer. So I would buy a truckload of sanitizer and then end up being stuck with it. So I had to really gear it away.
Right.
As compared to when it first started, everybody was looking for it. It wasn't in the store.
Right. Until after that. Okay. Let's kind of break down profit margin. Just say what can you gross monthly, and what are you looking at as far as annual gross amount that you gross?
Well, the sweet thing about this business right here is like the monthly part. You can come in and start as little as $50, man. And you can go turn that 50 to 100. Right. And you mess around, and you'll be making. You can make a minimum of $10,000 a month, man. I mean, there's no way in the world if you got some essential stuff that you can't make $10,000 a month. Because every day you go down, if you go into a Publix plaza, you got 15 businesses attached to it. Or if you go into a beauty salon, you got 20 people in there. Everybody's gonna want to buy something. Yeah, every day. Everybody got to take a bath. Everybody need deodorant. Everybody got to wash their clothes. Everybody got to use the bathroom. So so. The potential is up to the person. Depends on how hard. Some people work a job and then do it on the weekend, and some people do it every day. Some people get up every day and that's all they do. Had an older guy named Mr. Charles. I met him one day. We was selling at the QT, and that was like 3 years ago. And Mr. Charles, he started out, he started out from a little bitty Civic, and now he got a van, and he didn't have any retirement when he messed up his retirement, and he told me, he was like, man, you changed my life. And I literally gave him an opportunity to make money, so every day he can get up and make money and treat his grandkids.
Take care of his family.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As far as equipment, what about your equipment costs? How many trucks did you purchase, or you had to have forklifts, or what type of equipment that you had to have to help run your day-to-day operation? When
I initially started, I was basically running out of the back of my car. I had a van, and then I got a bigger van.
Then you went
then I got a box truck. I got 2 box trucks.
Oh, okay.
And then when you end up going to the warehouse, you got to get racks, which is like $5,000, $10,000, depending on what it is. Okay. And then after that, you got to get a forklift. At one point, forklifts, you can rent them they can run them from $1,000 to $2,000 a month, or you can go buy you one for $10,000, $15,000. I eventually just bought me one. It was just easier, and I figured I was going to be there for a while.
For a while, yeah. As far as inflation, has inflation impacted your business at all? Has the price of the pallets that you get them for, has the price gone up since you first started 3 years ago? Or what's the price in the breakdown now?
Inflation really didn't matter because at the point after the COVID and the pandemic, like there became more online stores.
Okay.
Since there are a lot of online stores, people order a lot of stuff and they return it. And once they return it, they cannot put it back on the shelves. So you got millions and millions and millions of dollars of stuff being returned every day.
Yeah.
So they have to sell it for pennies on the dollar. So it's really more stuff out there. And the inflation, it makes it better for me because the higher stuff is, if I got a little cheaper, I'll sell it faster.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because, the inflation, if it goes up, they want to come to me because everybody will save a penny because they try to figure out, do I want to buy this or I got to fill my car with gas?
Right.
So, they got to come see me so they can fill up their car with gas, go on their vacation, do whatever.
Yeah, that's true. As far as marketing and advertising the business, of course, you post a lot. I mean, your posts are great and everything. How has that been working out for you? Have you retained more customers through your social media advertisement, or which particular mediums do you go with? Do you place ads outside of social media, or do you just stay within that realm?
Well, Grassroots, man. Like every day going out.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, I'm always, everything I do, I try to put my name on it. I give out bags, I giving out pins. Like this box right here, it has like cookies and popcorns. I give that out. I got a candle I give out. So like the average person, so like if they come out, you see me and say you come out and buy something that's $10, but I give you a $25 candle, I'm gonna add more value. Most people's mindset is like, I want to spend the least amount of money to acquire a client, but my goal is I want to spend the most amount of money to acquire a client, because most people don't treat people with value. Most people treat people like they ain't coming back. But I'd rather take care of the 1,000 customers I got to keep coming back than keep trying to get new clients.
Right.
Once you remember me, you'll always come back to me because I'm going to be that dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Is there any plans as far as expansion? We want to touch on that. You plan to open up a new warehouse, or you hiring more employees, or what's your expansion plan, or you want to go into different markets?
I'm like Deion Sanders, man. I want to teach the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to teach the kids. I want to. I don't want to go to the pros. I want to stay right here, and I'm gonna do a course. It's called Pallet Money, and we're gonna tell people how to go in and start this business. Because even as the looming of the government shutdown, regardless if it's shut down, people are always trying to save money. And I'm going to give people an alternative where they can go in and in their spare time, everybody has 50, 100 friends. Everybody has 5,000 people on Facebook. If they know you, why wouldn't they spend money with you? My goal is to get this course, man. It's 8 billion people. Man, just help thousand people. Even young kids coming up today, they're always on their phones. Take the phone down, stop looking at fights, and start looking at ways to make money. Find a way so you don't have to hit the streets and do stuff that you ain't supposed to do. That's
true. Yeah. So the course will take me from A to Z on how to get started in this business.
Yep, A to Z, man. It's gonna have everything from all my pitfalls, my ups, my downs. I'm gonna connect you with like all the people. And one of the greatest things I feel like I've did is I try to vet my people. So like if you want to order a load that's up in Michigan, I'm going up there to the warehouse and I'm going to see them people and meet them. I'm going to get the relationships with them, because I don't want you to be, I've had people who tried to get online with me, and I had this one guy, and he wanted me to buy some stuff from him. I said, man, where's your warehouse at? And he said, man, he acted like he was real. But after a while, I said, man, I ain't gonna send you no money. The guy came back and pleaded to me, and he was like, man, I want you to help me, mentor me out. He said, I'm in Africa, man. He said, I don't have nothing going on. I want you to help me learn how to do the right thing. I said, okay, man.
Right. So he was honest with you.
Yeah, he was honest with me. But after a while, if you get them, and they go look at my videos and see what I got going on, they know I ain't really about that life. And they I don't want you. Because in this time, man, somebody lose $100, it's going to hurt them. And I've lost thousands of dollars, man. I don't want to be the type of person to be like, I don't want to lose no money, especially investing in the course. I tell them, I want to be able to make your money back, because a lot of people will sell you something, but if you can't make no money back, what's the point?
What's the point, right? Yeah. When are you planning on releasing the course?
I'm shooting for Black Friday, man, hopefully. Okay. If we can get it out and get all the content together. If not, it'll be no later than my birthday, man, January 11th. So, yeah, hopefully by Black Friday, but we pushing hard for it, yeah.
Okay. Is there any other advice for upcoming entrepreneurs that you have, or people who are thinking about getting into your business, who are thinking about getting into the liquidation business? What 2 or 3 pieces of advice you can give them?
I've always learned in life that you you either selling or you're being sold to.
That's true.
So if you ain't selling nothing, somebody gonna get your money. So like all the things that you try to do in life, I encourage people to try to find a way to make some extra income. Don't nobody want to be at the end of the road where after you get a check that you can't make no money. If you can spend an extra hour on the weekend to go out and make your $200 or $300, why not? At least you won't have to ask nobody for nothing. You won't have to go to the bank. You won't have to worry about no government shutdown. And you know, if you got the same 24 hours as me, who knows, one day you'll pass me.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
As far as the pallet business online, can they purchase? Do you do any online business as far as, you know, being able to go and make purchases online, or do you stay the traditional route? I noticed online doing my research, I saw a lot of online pallet business.
Yeah, but where I'm at now, like a lot of my people locally, they'll pick them up.
Okay.
But if I show pictures I got online,
Right.
like some of my clients, if they're in Florida
Out of
or
state,
they're up
yeah.
in New York, if they buy a truckload, then we'll load it up and ship it out.
Okay.
But you know, as far as buying online and shipping to them, nah, we not to the level. I can't keep stuff long enough to even ship online, bro. I promise you. When I get something in, like it's gone within 24, 48 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that shipping fee and all is very expensive. I'm sure
It can be,
It
but
depends on,
you know, with the
right.
prices that we get,
Okay.
you're gonna make your money. Everybody includes that into it when they're doing it. Some things are essential, and you got to have them. So it's a small profit margin. But some people ship all the way from California.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for somebody that's want to get started with? Should they just scale first, or with one pallet and then gradually work their way up? Or would you recommend just, you know, I know it's just going to depend on their budget, of course, what they have to spend, but for somebody that wants to get in and wants to scale kind of fast, what would you tell them?
Man, I would tell them to take my course.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, they take the course.
Right.
But if you want to scale, I recommend you get under somebody who can show you the right way to go and how to go. Like I'm gonna have an inner circle where I can show you exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll have certain levels on there where you'll basically almost get the stuff at what I get it at. And I'll show you, because if you come in investing $20,000, I want you to be able to get your money back within a fast amount of time. So if a person is really interested in scaling fast, you know, if you go hard, you can get your money back. And the good thing about this business right here is, like I always tell people, man, I said, I got a money back guarantee. I said, if you can't sell it, bring it back, bro. I said, I ain't got no problem with that. Because you ain't gonna say you lost, because everything I'm selling you, I done sold before. So I done sold everything from refrigerators, washing dryers, I done sold fans. Man, I done sold fence from Home Depot. Like, I done sold light bulbs. Right. Everything sells. If it wasn't, they wouldn't make it. It wouldn't be on the store and on the shelves. So yeah, so I would tell somebody who's really trying to scale, just holler at me.
Right. Okay. It's basically recession-proof.
Yeah. It's more than recession-proof, man.
More than recession-proof.
This, I mean, a lot of people are recession-proof and you doing stuff. Somebody can tell you how to go get the money. Like I mean, I've been in a position where I went and got money, but if you don't have a way to flip that money, at the first of the month, them bills coming.
Yeah.
And everybody has to buy a product. So you got to find you a proper product. You're going to make money in two ways in this world, sales or service. Okay. And, you know, and you got to sell it, and somebody got to service it.
That's true.
Yeah.
How can they get in contact with you?
They can go to my website, palletmoney.com. We got a pre-sale going on where they can come in and get the course for a cheaper price, like $9.98 to get started. You can go on Instagram, Pallet Money. I'm on Pallet Money on TikTok. Or you can call me directly at 678-592-1624. All those channels work for me. I'm on Facebook under Derrick Pickett.
Okay. And, hey, we want to thank you for coming out.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And I hope our listeners definitely learned some. I hope they took notes. And hopefully they will contact you and definitely purchase the course. Because like you say, you teaching everything from A to Z.
That's right.
So,
real streetpreneur.
Yeah, real streetpreneur.
Yeah.
Right. You everything that this show is about.
Yes,
and
sir.
So definitely want to thank you again for taking time out of your schedule. And I hope everybody that's watching to find this episode very informative. Thank you so much for watching and listening. To all my streetpreneurs, please catch us on the next episode and let us know by leaving a comment in that comment section what you like about this particular episode and what did you learn. And thank you all.